Hey guys, Rich here. Welcome back to the RCinformer YouTube channel. Do a little bit of a quick sound check. Make sure everybody's reading me okay. I figured I'd start on time this time. I'm always late, just due to technical difficulties.
Hey guys, Rich here. Welcome back to the
So far, I got no technical difficulties other than I got sound running. Let me shut that down.
A little bit of a
Let's do this.
quick.
Put that on mute. And let's do a quick sound check, make sure everybody can read me okay. We got a new plane to show everybody. So I'm pretty pumped about it. I want to get it out of the box, get it together, throw an afterburner in it, and we'll probably get it out to the field on Sunday to fly it. So just want to get everybody checked in. Hurry, I've got to go back to work. Oh, sorry EQ. Give me a thumbs up, give me a sound check. Let me know if you guys are hearing me okay. And we'll probably get going on all this. EQ's in the house. All right, sounds great, very good. Mike SSI. We'll give everybody a few minutes to get in here. Just a few guys here. 22 are jumping in. I realized that I was watching a little bit of James's unboxing of the Nimitz carrier on Motion RC, and I scheduled this last night because I had the time to do it. And I was watching his carrier thing, and if I'd have known he was doing his thing at 12, because I really wasn't paying attention, I might have done it at a different time. But I want to get this unboxed. I want to get it assembled, get it out of the box. I'm going to throw an afterburner in. I want to get it flying on the weekend so I can get out there and fly it around. So let's see. We got Paul Hatchers here. And let me get my water up here so I don't spill it. And we'll give everybody a little bit more time to get in. And we got EQ. Hurry, I've got to go back to work. Sounds great. Mike SSI's here. Paul Hatcher. Yeah, that's a cool ship, isn't it? Yeah, I was watching that thing. That thing's ginormous, man. But it does need some F-14s in it, though. So I'd love to see some Tomcats. I'm surprised they didn't do that, because that's really a Nimitz era, airplane. So a couple things I'm going to mention. First of all, last week's or 2 weeks ago when we did the giveaway, I think we got everything given away, but if you hadn't received your your item that you won or whatever, send me the email down there, rcinformer.rich@gmail.com, or send me a message somehow and let me know and say, hey, I didn't get my thing, because there was a little confusion with some of the stuff going on in China with getting everybody their stuff. There was a lot of guys that won too. We actually had guys over in England. We had a bunch of guys kind of all over win. I mean, the majority were in the United States, but there were guys in other countries that won. So, and we shipped off stuff to everybody, so it worked out real well. So yeah, Paul Hatcher's here, EQRC. Again, 26 guys, just waiting for some more guys to get in here. So if you guys won something, the last live show giveaway we did, and you didn't get your item, contact me. Email's right there. And let's do a quick camera check. Check out my singularity here. Make sure that's all working. So that's right. I'm the only one that has a black hole on the live channel. So we're good to go here. And let's see what we got here. A couple things I'm going to mention here before we start real quick is that I hope I don't screw this up. I'm going to try not to do this. Try not to mess this up too bad. But for those of you who are interested, there is a lot of stuff back in stock on FMS, okay, at fmshobby.com. So a lot of stuff came in. So there's a particular plane you guys are looking for or something you want, check it out. And they're also having an Easter sale. Also, I have discount codes below. So if you guys want to get anything, use the discount codes below, use the links below. It supports the channel. And when we get this new airplane out, this was kind of a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting this. And it may be different than what you guys are thinking it is. But I didn't know this was really kind of coming until it sort of just showed up. And it's kind of like the old days. I would get all this stuff and I didn't know what was even coming. It would show up and I'd go, oh, that's cool. So yeah, we'll be getting to this. But let me turn this off. Let me just wait for some more guys to get in here, hopefully, so we can start in on this deal. And okay, got about 26 guys here. I'm trying to hit about 30, and then we'll start. I think maybe when people see what it is, they'll start joining in. Maybe they'll hear the news of what's actually going on, and we'll show you what's happening. So, but there is a big sale going on, and I wanted to point out a couple of things to everybody. There is a there is a, let me put this website on. There was announced also too, I'm going to announce sort of a second jet. It's already been out, but I'm going to throw this up here. For those of you that are interested at FairRC, there is a brand new green Futura, okay? It's only available at FairRC. I have FairRC links below that you guys can check out. I think, I don't know if I have a code for that. I got to take a look. I don't really remember. Let me take a look real fast. I have a coupon code for FairRC. I don't know if it works on planes, but try it out. It's down below. I'm not 100% sure. But if you guys are interested in the green Futura, the only place that you guys can get that from, it's exclusive to FairRC, because FairRC is part of FMS, and they like to have a lot of modded airplanes, and this is sort of a unique version. I think like last year we were talking about, hey, wouldn't it be nice to make several colors of the Futura? And we said they love the idea, so it kind of became, as you can see here, a FairRC only version. So it's a FairRC mod. They mod a lot of their cars and stuff. Here, somebody just sent me a message. Let me see if that's something urgent that I got to take. No, I don't think it is. All right, let's see. So if you guys are interested, check it out. FairRC is open, and they've got this really nice green version of the Futura. We'll be getting this, and we'll be showing this to you guys, so stay tuned. It's pretty awesome, real powerful, great on grass, tons of speed and power and stability, so check it out. So, and this is the I'm pretty sure the V3, but it's a special green mod. Again, guys, only at FairRC, and I got links below, discount codes below and stuff. I think the codes were. I don't think it's just for cars, but anyway, check it out. And let's see what we got. Let's see who we have in the live chat here. Let me cancel this out. I'll close this out. And this is available now, guys. I'm pretty sure these are in stock. So let me take a look real quick. All right, we got more guys jumping in. All right, are you guys ready for the big reveal? We're going to get to it here in 2 seconds. Let me just see what else I got on my list. Yeah, they're having an Easter sale there, Futuras only. Okay, are you ready? Drum roll, please. Got a new plane to show you guys. So I don't know if you guys are aware of this, and again, I wasn't either, but here we go. Are you ready? Let's open this up. What could it be? So you guys might have guessed it a little bit, but we'll see. Again, this is a new scheme, and I'm going to zoom in for everybody, okay? This is the VIPER jet, the 70 millimeter. This is the 15th anniversary edition, and it's pretty cool. And we're going to get it together here and show you guys what this thing looks like. It's a pretty cool paint job. You can see the original original VIPER jet I've got in the back. Okay, this is the original with the wire gear, and this new one now has really nice aluminum retracts. So I always liked the wire. The wire I thought was cool. I never had any problems with it, even off of grass. So, and it's actually very lightweight. You know, the wire gear. But people wanted aluminum, you know, strut, you know, oleo type, or, you know, compression, or, you know, trailing link type gear. But this is a 15th anniversary edition of the airplane, and they did a pretty cool paint job. It is kind of a modern type paint job, and it kind of brings it out. I always liked the Blue Angels VIPER paint scheme type thing they did, because that was very visible. This one has yellow on the wings. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. We'll get this going. I don't know if this guy has reflex or not. We're going to see inside. I noticed on the box it didn't say anything about it, so maybe it doesn't have a gyro. I don't know that I even had one in the old one. In fact, I don't even remember. Did I have one of those in here? Let's see. No, this one had no stabilizer. So, you know, if you guys want to check this thing out flying, here's what I'm going to do. And here's one of the best things about this airplane right now, is that it's available right now, folks. This is not something that, you know, that's like coming soon. You guys can get it. Turn that off. Somebody's calling me. Sorry about that. This is available right now, guys. So I'm going to put this up there for everybody to check out. If you guys are interested, it is available. I got links below. So if you guys use my link in the description box below, you guys can get this right now. It just came out, 15th anniversary edition. It's pretty darn sweet. Let me see if I can get, I'm dying to open it up. I did take the box off and just look, but I didn't unwrap it or anything because I really wanted to get, kind of get into it. But this is celebrating the 15th anniversary of FMS. That's how long they've been in business for. I'm going to lower the window just a little bit right here. And then also, if you guys want, I'm going to scroll this window over here just a little bit, try and manipulate this a little bit better. You guys can get it not only at fmshobby.com, but also it's available at FairRC. So both places will have this. And let me see, why can't I scroll that thing? Let's see. Let's try to scroll down. There we go. So both places will have this, okay? There's how it looks. It's a sweet paint job. I'm digging it. The yellow wingtips are going to be the leading edges of the wing. That's going to be real easy to see. And it's been upgraded. I think it has a more powerful speed controller. And it has CNC aluminum gear. You can check that out, see what that looks like right there. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So again, I got links below, guys, for FMS Hobby, also for FairRC. So either place you want to get it. And there's our motor back there, 1900 kV, 70 millimeter fan. And it's all glueless, guys. You screw this baby together and you go. So very nice model. And there's some of the dimensions of it. You can see right there. It says motor 1850 Inrunner, but I think it's a 1900 if I'm not mistaken. So let's take a look at. Let me close that down. You guys can check that out, like I said, at FairRC and at fmshobby.com. So it's available both places. It's available now. I have a discount code below too that you can use on this as well. So at least I think you can use it. So don't quote me on that. But if you click my link below, go to the website, check this out. And then try to apply the code. You could probably, I think you can probably use it. I think. I'm not 100%. So if it doesn't happen, you know, don't sue me. So let's see. Let me grab my my zoomer here. Zoom in on this, just so I can get you guys in on what this looks like here. Let me close that window out. There we go. There's our there's our specs on it. You guys can see that right up close. Get that going there. There it is. V2 specs, baby. Wingspan 1100 millimeter. All right, we're looking at length of 40 inches or 1025. There's a weight 1900 kV 3060 fan or motor. 80 amp ESC. It's got 9 grand metal digital servos, 8 of them, I guess. So 2 flaps, 2 ailerons, 2 elevators, a rudder, and I think a nose wheel steering, if I'm not mistaken. There's a CG. Inducted fan, and there's your recommended battery pack for it. So battery packs that I'm going to recommend for this thing are going to be your Spectrums. Okay, you can use whatever you want, really, whatever works well for you. But these Spectrum 32s and 4000s, also roaring tops, and you can go probably about up to 4000 before the plane starts getting kind of heavy. And then also the roaring tops, which I've been using for a long time, 3300s. Okay, 70 seat packs. Is what I like to use because it gives it kind of a good kick to it. So, but whatever battery really you have, 3300 to 4000 is probably about the best size really to use for this thing. So anyway, we'll be throwing these in there. We'll be doing a flight demo. We'll be flying them this weekend, hopefully, weather permitting, and we'll get this thing going. Let me see if I got any questions real quick before I go too far into this. Let me see who's there. Got about 23 guys here. Everybody's hearing me okay. Hey, pilots from Georgia, we got 215 Cyclones in here. Hangar 51, it's Kenny's there. Let's see. Oh yeah, wow, 15 years. Yeah, FMS has been around a while, guys. They've been making planes for quite some time. My desk is going nuts. No, let's get that out of there. Okay, let's get this out of the box. I'm gonna move the chat over a bit so I can still see it, and then I'm gonna cancel it on this end so I can see what's going down here. Let me just manipulate this around a little bit, guys. Hang on. Move this kind of out of the way. There we go. That'll work for me, I think. I think I can see what we're doing here. Let me get rid of all that stuff. There we go. So that is it, guys. Let's get her out of the box. I'm going to pull the tape off here. Again, I kind of pulled some of the tape off before, but I'm going to kind of get this thing out of here. No, that's not working for me. There we go. I'm going to fold that on the inside. And then let me get this one. Like I said, I just cracked the box and looked at it, and I stuck a little tape on it. And again, this is the 15th anniversary edition, and it is pretty cool. It's got brand new landing gear. Oh, and it does have flaps too. The original one had optional flaps, and then they later added the flaps. So here, I'll tell you what, let me do this. Let me put it down here. I'm going to do a full-on top view here so you guys can see the glory of it all as I get it out of the box from the top, from the bird's eye perspective. There we go. So you guys can see that. Let me get all this stuff out of the way. Got a bunch of junk. Afterburner here. I want to throw this afterburner, this KMRC burner in here to check out. But here we go. Let's get it right out of the box. Get this. We'll throw this down here. There we go. And that's how it comes. Really nice. I'm pumped to get this out. Let me get my my hobby knife out of my drawer here. And we're going to cut along here. How's that going in there? There we go, like this. Let's go here. There we go. I think that, yeah, that'll do it. Get this side right here. So really cool. I got the chat log up so I can see everybody's stuff. Let's see, who else we got in here? Gooniac, Fire Booty. What's up, Rich? Just ordered mine. Too good to pass up. Yeah, hey, I hope you use my link, Ray. I appreciate that. I do have a discount code for it, I believe you can use, so check that out. Yeah, it's a cool. These VIPER jets are so awesome, folks. Not only for an expert flyer, but this is a good entry-level airplane. I mean, it really is. Or not entry-level airplane, but entry-level EDF. If you guys want to get into electric ducted fan jets, you can't really beat a VIPER jet, and being a 70. You know, it's really pretty nice size to start with. So you don't want something necessarily too big. You don't want something necessarily too small. These 70 millimeters are about the right size here. So that's what we got, folks. Right there is our wing, and we'll take a close look at everything. We'll zoom in and out as we talk more about this. But it's a very ultra modern paint job. It's kind of like the new Futuras are like, sort of too. It almost looks like, you know, did they miss a sticker? This looks like it's out of place. Keep in mind, a lot of times I get samples, guys, so sometimes mine have screw-ups on them or something, so that's kind of not uncommon. And I do believe that the production version will have the linkages on it already. Mine are not on there, and I'm pretty sure they told me that the production version will have all of that. So right here in the box, I'll pull this out right here. There's some foam. They put the links here. I don't know that I'll attach all those during this video because it's kind of time consuming, but you guys can see right here. There's all the linkages ready to go, and you just attach them. But again, I'm pretty sure, folks, that these are going to be attached on your version. I think they just got mine out quick and for whatever reason just didn't put them on. So, but laminated hinges all the way around, but super nice. They did a pretty good job on the tape. You may have to, if some of it's sticking up, just wipe it down a little bit, you know. But they got the color pretty good. So there you go, 15th anniversary. FMS, baby, there you go, anniversary edition. So I'll have to look at those pictures because it looks like they meant to put something here. I don't think that was meant to be by itself, or maybe this was supposed to go over here. I'll have to look at the pictures, but that's okay. Remember, mine's kind of a one-off, guys. Mine's often is a normal, like an earlier type sample and stuff. So the wiring harness is here, and we're good to go. So let's take a look at. Let me put this up here. I'm going to throw this up on the shelf right there. Let's take a look at the rest of what's in the box. So we got a horizontal stabilizer here. I'll pop that out. And let's see. Yeah, this is nice. I like this. Yeah, Dad's RC's in the house as well. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is nice. This is a very easy to assemble airplane. Of course, it's got dual elevator servos. You guys can see right there how nice that is. So, and again, I think these linkages, I'm pretty sure that these linkages are going to be on. Most of them FMS airplanes, the linkages are already on the airplane when you get out of the box. Like I said, I think mine was an early sample they threw in there. They probably didn't have the linkages, so they threw them in a bag and stick them in the box for me so I can throw them on there. But I'm pretty sure your linkages will come on there. So, but you can see you got your digital servos there. Dual elevator, so really super nice. Great laminated hinges all the way around. So yeah, you can't go wrong with that. And then like 4 screws to put this on. I'll show you. It's easy to get this together. It's a really simple thing. So paint is real nice. Here, let's pull the vertical out of here. 15th anniversary. That'll stand out. That'll be nice and visible. Again, just got to put your linkage on right here. Put that up to close there. You can see the quality, the fit, the finish is super nice. Spar all the way through there. There's your plastic fitting. This is how this is going to go on. It's going to kind of, you're going to put this down. I think you put this down first, your horizontal screw that in, and then this is going to plug right in like this. It's all phenomenal fittings, just super, super nice. So yeah, that just goes on like that. And then there's another screw here, so that's how you get that onto the whole tail. So I'll just put this this whole tail piece, I'll just move over there, and we'll get into the box. Yeah, this is slick, man. I can't wait to get the burner in this darn thing. Let's see, this is the instruction manual. We got our canopy sitting here by itself, which is nice. It's also ventilated, and the pilot is screwed in or screwed up. Oh wait, hang on. You know what I forgot to do? Hang on a second. I forgot to put the title screen up here. Hang on one second. Let me go to, I forgot to put the title up. My bad. Not a big deal, but I like to have that here. Let me go to the front screen here. Oh, no, there we are. We're here. Oh, no, I'm zoomed in too much now. Here, let me back out of there. Too many controls, man. I've been given too many controls. Here, let me back out here a little bit. Yeah, ventilated canopy, pilot screwed in or screwed up, depending on how you want to look at it. And here, let me get down to the, I meant to throw that up there. That's my bad. Here, let's put the text up there. No, that's free sky. That's not what I was trying to put up there. Let me go back to, where is that darn thing? I had the title screen across the bottom. Is what I was trying to put up there. I didn't want to give it away, so I kind of waited for, waited till I had it here set up. Hang on one sec, guys. Sorry about that. I thought I was going to do this correctly, but I didn't. Let's go up there. Let's go all the way down. Here it was. Yep, I just found it. I'm scrolling down a thing here to see where the text went off to. You got to be kidding me. Where the heck did that darn thing go? Let's see. Is that text? No, there it is. No, that's the FMS logo. Where the heck did that darn thing go? Let's see. Oh, title. Is that it? Yeah, there we go. That's what I was trying to put up there. I just put the title at the bottom. VIPER 70mm 50th anniversary. Sorry, I screwed that up. My bad. Delay in the game here. So we'll go back to the top. Again, there's your canopy. Again, nice ventilation hole screwed in. Got your standard pilot. He gets to fly every plane that FMS makes. And you got some instruments there in the cluster. So not bad. So let's get back to the main unbox here. And you guys can see what that looks like in there. Just sitting in there. We'll get all these out of here, get the fuselage out of here. Let's see what's in here, just some foam. They put that in there to keep the wires from flapping around, I guess. Let's see, we'll get that in there. And we're going to pull this out. Let's get this on out of here. And as I pull it out, I'm going to transition. Look at that. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that transition. Yeah. Oh, I like the graphics. That's cool. VIPER. FMS model. Here, let's zoom. You guys get a close look at how that looks. Yeah, it goes together with just a few screws. There's the nose. Got a nice plastic nose cone on the front there. Back off there. It's you got your landing gear underneath there. And they got that little tiny hole. That little hole right there allows you to put an Allen wrench through and then adjust the steering arm. You got a nice intake hole right here. Okay, you get air in, and it comes in over all of your battery, speed controller, all that kind of stuff. And then it's going to go out the rear pipe. So here, let's see. Let me back off on this a little bit, and we'll get another closer look. Yeah, 15th anniversary on the nose. A little bit of yellow trim on there. Very cool. Very neat paint job. Gray and blue should stand out. Nice yellow features around it. There's the tailpipe. So yeah, I'll get the, I'm planning to get that burner in there. So I haven't put one of those new cams in there, but we'll do that. So yeah, there you go. Awesome. So it says, hey Rich, that's from Smokey. Smokey De La Garza. He says, hey Rich, greetings from South Texas. All right, man. Let's see. Mike SSI, thanks for the PayPal. Just saw that. Oh man, PayPal. You guys are doing some deals here. Let's see, we got a nice canopy latch here. And we've got our tail here, ready to accept. These are all nice plastic fittings. Here, let me get back to the top view and take a look at that. Yeah, those are super, super nice. How the tail just goes right on here. Here's all your nice locking connectors with the little lock tabs on the sides of them. So real nice. So 5 screws for your tail, and I think it's 4 or so for your wing. Now let's look at the underside of this. There's the inside. They got your Velcro, of course, right here. So I'm probably going to be pulling that off, as you guys know. I just use my, my shelf liner in there. But you guys got Velcro for your batteries. You want to use that. And there's your nose servo right there. And let's see. Yeah, here's our nice aluminum retract. Check that out. That's pretty slick. Let's get on in there. You guys can see the quality of that. Oh, my camera's got an oscillation there. So yeah, there you go. A nice metal arm. Look at that beefy metal arm. We'll probably go out on the grass and fly this for everybody too. So, and you can see your whole alignment pin right there. So that lines up right there. As you can see, lines up perfectly with the set screw for your easy connector. So if you need to adjust your nose wheel, you know, you can do it. So, oh, and I was wondering, does this thing have, that was the question I had, does this thing have a reflex in it? I don't know if it does or not. It may be with or without reflex, I'm not sure. No, I guess it doesn't have one in there. I don't see one down in there. So this plane never really needed a stabilizer. It was always fine without it. So I never flew the other one with one. So it was always so stable. But you got a nice hole back here for your ESC and your cooling to get back there for your ESC. And you got your sort of bifurcated duct right here, both 2 into 1 this time instead of 1 into 2. Let's see, and there's your 80 amp speed controller. That's right there, ready to go. Your fan access hatch is right there. So there's your 80 amp speed controller. Make sure that's glued in nice. Sometimes this plastic can come up a bit, and where's that going to go? If it's peeling up a bit, put a little foam tack under there, or CA if it's coming up, because the next place it's going, if it comes off, is, you know, right into your fan. So you know, make sure that's glued down, and I'll check it out. But here's your fan access hatch. This is for putting your burner in and accessing your fan hatch. So we'll get that on there too after we get this together. So looks like the ventral fins are glued on already. That's slick. I like the way this looks. This is cool. This looks like something out of almost like a sci-fi film. The paint job on this. It looks like some kind of almost like an anime Star Blazers type paint job. Very cool. So yeah, I like it. Nice plastic nose. Yeah, slick, man. Very slick. I like it. So here, let's back out on that a little bit. And you can see your screws. Looks like there's 6 screws for your wing to put that on. So it's a one-piece wing. Yeah, super nice. This is really just ready to go together. So here, let's get to the regular view. Let's see if we got any questions for anybody. I'm going to stick this down here. Let's see. I think that's it. Again, don't throw your box out till you get everything assembled, because there could be something hidden in there. Let me throw that down there. We're going to put this right here on the table. We're going to back out on our zoom, and we'll do a comparison to the old one. So, but yeah, let's get this on here on the stand, and we'll get this thing together. Pretty simple assembly, folks. Not really a lot to this thing. It goes together pretty easy, pretty fast. See, I'll put that now. I don't want to dent those intakes, so let's do this. Let's go a little farther forward. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. Yeah, let's do that. So probably start with the tail. Yeah, this is slick. Let's get the canopy on there and take a look at what that looks like. Let's see if that pops on nicely. Let's see how good that goes on. Get these out of the way. Let's see the fitting of that. Yep, there we go. That actually snapped. It didn't snap, but it went right in. You can see that latch goes forward. But yeah, very slick. Very slick paint job. I'm digging that. That's nice. It's sliding on my stand. I might need a deeper Ernst stand. I use these Ernst stands for pretty much everything. I don't think I got one of the larger ones around here, but well, we'll just use this for now. It should be fine. All right, let's do this. Let's get the tail on this thing. I wonder if I could do it like that. No, probably not. You know what I might do? Actually, that's okay. That's holding it there good without dinging it. I don't want to ding up my intakes. These are foam along the front here, so you just want to be careful not to ding that up. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Let's get this together. Let's see. Any questions for anybody? JCB67 is here. JCB, I know he got his prize from last time. Victor RC Jet is in the house. Let's see. Victor. Let's see who else we got. Mike Bird. Yeah, this is sweet. All right. EQ is got better gear, flaps, paint. Yeah, it's got aluminum retracts. Okay. It's got nicer paint on it. We'll show you the retracts here. Let me zoom in on this. You guys can see this. Let me switch my view here. You guys can see here the oleo struts, or the retractable gear. There's what this is what they changed. They went from from wire to this. Everybody was, you know, wanted to have aluminum struts, so those are pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, I never had a problem with my wire gear, you know, but some guys wanted the upgraded gear. You know, that always comes with a little bit of a cost too. I might have wanted to see a couple of lights on this thing too, but again, that drives the price up and everything. So here's your original landing gear. Let me go back down here. You can see what that looks like. They were just wire struts, but I took off and landed with this thing on grass all day long, and never really had a problem. Same with the nose gear, you know, and they were very lightweight, so I never had a problem with them. They weren't as cool looking as the aluminums are, but yeah, not bad. I mean, they were always fairly nice, so I never really had a problem. Never had a problem with my VIPER. So and it still flies great today. It's still got a receiver in it. It's still ready to go. Yeah, here's what I had in mind. This is all ready to go. I just threw a battery in there for some weight. But right here is just my my little orange RC receiver. One antenna here, one antenna here, and this thing's ready to go. Nice canopy latch, and that's it. I got it plugged into my DX9, so I'll put this in the NX10. Maybe me and Gav will go out there and race these things around. But that has a nicer pop to it. But that's probably because it's worn in. We'll have to get the new one kind of worn in. So, but here, let's get this back over here. Do a little comparison of the two of those things as the time goes on here. All right, let's see what we got. Let's get this tail unit on. Again, this is real nice. The way that this is designed has always been. This has always been a nice setup. The way they have this. So, again, it's pretty durable. You got laminated hinges all the way around. Nice paint. It's very smooth. Nice graphic. VIPER. Reminds me of like Battlestar Galactica when I see the VIPER on there. I love that show. And then, yeah, here's your elevator connectors. And you probably want to tighten these up. I'll spare that for this time around. I'll probably pop them back off later. And I'll use my, I'll probably use my hobby knife and just kind of put those on. Or you know what? I can probably do it right now. Let me grab my knife. There it is. I'm just going to do this real quick just so I don't have to take it apart later. It's always a bummer taking stuff apart. So, yeah, let's do this. I'll get this done real fast. You don't have to do this, guys, but it's really a good way to make sure that your connectors are tight. I made a video of this. It's called Save Your Plane. And if you just tighten up your metal contacts very carefully, just push down on those tabs, and then it just tightens the connector so that when the male pin goes in, it's tight. It's not like a loose contact. So I usually do that with all of mine, all of my connectors, especially these. There's not that many of them, you know, especially when you're putting your elevator and your ailerons and your rudder on, if you want to do this on most of them. I'll probably save the wing for later, but I'll do the elevator and rudder right now, just so I don't have to take it apart. Pop that back in, do the 3 of these. It can be a little time consuming, man, but it can save the day. You only need one bad connection, and your plane can go down. And I've seen it happen. I've seen bad connections where we've gotten them fixed ahead of time, and there were never any problems with the airplane. So you can often have an intermittent flight control surface if you have one bad contact. So I'm going to do that. Push that down. You don't push too hard. You don't want to damage the thing. If you have to, you can pull the whole thing out of there, of course. I think you guys who've watched my videos have seen this before. So, but it's the best way to make sure that you've got a good metal contact. So I'm going to slide that out a little bit. And let's pop that in place. Yeah. So guys, this is available now. Check it out. Links are below. Let's see, one more. And there we go. Little extra time can really save your plane in the future. Let's push, get right onto that. Push down on that carefully. All right, there we go. So there'll be some other guys reviewing this too. They'll be showing it off here soon. So, you know, stay tuned. There'll be more to watch on this. Like I said, I'll get my flight videos out as quick as I can, as usual. Work always seems to interfere with that, but that's, you know, hey, that's life, you know. All right, let's see what we got. So here's our rudder, elevator. I'm actually going to pop this tape off right here. It's probably going to remove some of the paint. Yep, that's how you get paint off. Use tape. So I'm going to slide this right in here. This is a good opportunity to check your motor wires right here, okay? And then also, this would be a good time to actually run your afterburner all the way through the front, okay? So, in fact, you know what? I might actually do that quick before I put the tail on. That actually makes the most sense to me. So, this is the afterburner I'm going to put in there, guys. This is the new, I think it's the V3 KMRC burner. So, I'm going to throw that up here for everybody to check out. Let me throw that up here. Let's throw that up. Let's go to KMRC. Throw that up here, which is somewhere here. Let me look here. No, here it is, KMRC. Let me close that down. Let's see, somebody just sent me a message. Let me see who that is. No, I don't think got a lot of messages there. Let's see here. Yeah, there's your KMRC burner. This is the new version of it. Version 3, there's a dual motor, and there's a single motor. So you guys can check that out and see what that looks like. So we showed it in a previous video. This is the really cool one that, in fact, I'm gonna show it right here. This is sweet. This is the newest one. It actually has a really nice, and in fact, here I'm gonna show you guys what I did to this. This has 4 wires because it's got a lighting element like right here. So what I did with mine is, you can see every so often, I just wrapped a little tape around it. Little tape there, little tape there. Not sure if you guys can see that, but that'll keep the wire bundles together, okay? So there's one, because there's actually 4 wires here because there's 2 elements here in this thing. So this thing is slick. So let me back off on here. We'll light it up. Let's make sure it's working. I checked it a little earlier before all this, but this is a nice burner. Normally I wouldn't do this, but with the building of a plane. But since I've got this little access here, it's kind of easier to get to it and all that. I might as well just do it here. So let me take a battery here with a balance lead here. Let me plug this in and make sure it's all working right, which I think it is. So let's plug this baby in. And we'll see if we got, there we go. We got a nice light there. You guys can see how that looks. And as you throttle up, okay, it gets brighter and brighter. And the blue kicks on, goes purple, and then boom. Yeah, you got a little bit of both. So very cool. And then if you don't want it idling, okay, because it has a nice hum to it. See it? It has a little pulsating glow. There is a button right here. There's a button on the board right on this side. Where the heck did that thing go? Right on the board right here. And what you can do is you can press it, hold it for 3 seconds, release it, okay? And then it goes out at idle. So now it'll act like your traditional burner if you don't want that glow at idle. So you can see as I throttle up, it'll come on, then it'll go bright, okay? And then it'll turn purple, orange, blue. It has 4 modes to it too. That same button that I got right down here, that same button, when I press that thing, I can change the mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm going to press it and hold it 3 seconds again, so it comes back on at idle. Okay, and you can program the throttle range. See, it goes to blue and all that. So I'm going to press it again. Go to the second mode, which it's in now, I think. Now the blue comes on in such that it see how it pulses a little bit, or it comes on smoothly, and then and you really can't look at that. If you look right at that, you're kind of screwed. So. And then it has another mode. Press the button one more time. Just goes to blue. So you just have your blue burner in there, you know, and that'll light up just blue, just the end lights. And then you click it again, and now you've got your traditional burner, okay, just orange. And again, you can turn it off at idle right here, and then it will also get brighter. So it can either start from off or it can start from a pulsing idle. Just whatever you guys like. So anyway, that's the KMRC burner. Here, I'll show it to you from a different angle here. There it is. You can see how bright that thing is. It's pretty bright. I'm not looking at it. So here, let me get it back to the regular mode, which is the sort of one that has the blue in it, blue to purple. There you go. Slick. So this is going to look cool in this airplane. So all right, let me unplug all that stuff. I know it works. So, and then I'm going to, go right to just installing this thing real fast. And that's going to consist of just flipping this over. Go to here, go to the top view. I'm going to grab my wrench here. I'm going to go right on into here, just take the fan cover off so you guys can see how I'm doing this. Here, let's go, we'll zoom in on that a little bit. Let's go a little closer, a little tighter. There we go. Come back this way just a little bit. And let's see, put that away. All right, we're going to take this off. I'm just going to route this thing through here real quick. Shouldn't take but a few seconds, I hope. I'll throw that all in my current stand. Here, let me get this menu down here real quick, or this website, because it's getting in the way of my stuff here. So let's pull this over here. Pull this right to the edge of the table. I'm just going to pop the fan cover off. It should come off pretty easy. If not, you put your hands on the inside. I think the paint is kind of dried in on it. Yep, I think the paint's got me there. Let's see, there we go. The paint was sticking around the edge, so I'm reaching in from the inside and I'm just pushing that cowling open so the hatch cover comes open. If you have to, you put this in the hole carefully and just kind of flex it a little bit. There you go. That comes right off. So that's it. There's your hatch cover. There's your fan. And we're going to install this thing real quick. So let's do this. Do this pretty quick. I'm going to take this because I want to see this inside this jet. Because this jet goes together in no time, folks. You just got your screws on the tail, which is about 5. And you got your 5 wing screws and your connections, and you're done. So here. And we're not going to hook up a receiver today. We're just going to kind of get it together and go and get the landing gear down, that sort of thing. So, all right, so I'm going to pull the screws out of there. There they are. One down there, one down here. Okay. Pop this baby out of here. Pull this out. And there you go, your speed controller. You can see your speed controller in there kind of sliding around a little bit, how that pulls out. And again, this is a great time to check your connections here to make sure your wires, everything's connected and everything's insulated pretty nicely. So here's where you can kind of damage up your airplane when you're fooling with your fan. You can ding this whole area around here. So you just want to be careful with it. So there's a little bit of glue on this engine inlet lip. Just kind of pull that off. So let's do this. Let's get the fan in place. I'm going to slide the speed controller here a little bit. And let's move this. I'm going to try to slide it anyway. I may peel this up. Yeah, I'm going to peel it up just a hair. See what I'm doing? I'm peeling up the end of this. I'm going to show you guys that. I'm grabbing the end of this plastic here, and I'm just peeling it up because I want to be able to pull the speed control a little farther out. Okay, I'll glue that back down with foam tack, later. But I just want to have a little better access to the fan because we're going to put this right on here like this. We're just going to mount that in place. In fact, I'm going to adjust my camera to get that a little bit better, kind of lined up on the center there. And I'm going to zoom in for everybody so y'all can see how that's going to go on. Pretty simple install here, folks. This just goes right in place, right over the center. You can use a little bit of foam tack if you want to kind of help keep that in place. And so let me get that going. Oh, I just pressed a record button. Sorry about that. So inside the bag, right here, is a couple of zip ties. So I'm going to grab those out of here. Back off a little bit on the zoom. It's a little bit tight. Yeah, I really want to see a burner in this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, I'm going to curl the edges of this. Okay, that'll help it to go around a corner a little bit. If you take your finger and just kind of roll it, you can make a curve. See that? There's your curve. So make a little curve, and that will normally help you, not always, but most of the time it'll help you get this thing through here. Because it is a little bit of a tight fit going in here. So let's see if I can get that through there. Yeah, it might be a little challenging, but as I push that through, it should go. So if I have to, I might push that wire away a little bit. I might have to and get that. This is the hard one because it's right next to, this one here is right next to the wires there. So let me grab a pair of pliers out of my box. Let's see if I got them here. Looks like they're right here. And I'm going to use this to just sort of push this down in there a little bit. It'll curve around. It should curve around the way that I put that in there. I should start to see that. Here's where you want to be very careful. You got wires in there. You don't want to damage anything. But all you're doing is grabbing a zip tie end, which is right there. Let me see if I can push that in a little farther. There we go. Surgically, very carefully. Just grab that out there. This is, like I said, this is the hard one because it's right next to. Let's see if I get that down in there. There we go. Pull that through. There we go. So got it through there. Just going to pull this. And you can pull one side and push the other. So I'm already sort of dinging up the edge of my tray, but that's good. I can edge of my my thing, and that'll help me to show you what that looks like, so you guys can avoid doing that yourself. So I'm doing it on camera, so it's kind of harder for me to really stop from doing all that stuff. Although I guess I could put this. You know what? I could put it right over here. See, it dings up a little bit here and here if you're not careful. I can expand that out later with a little bit of heat or hot water or something. So I'm just going to pull this through. Let me realign my camera over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just getting one through here. Again, this is the hard one because it's right next to the darn wires where the wires exit the motor. So I'm just manually pushing this down into place. But this is about the easiest install, like you can imagine. So second zip tie, wherever I put that, same thing. I'm going to take this. I'm going to roll this in my finger again, the zip tie, to get it to curve. And then this one's going to go in a whole lot easier. But you can see when you do this, you get a good curve going. There we go. See that? We got a good curve on there. So now this one I'm just going to put up through here. And this is the easy one because there's no wire next to it. So you literally don't even need a tool to do it. You just slip it through. And that's how easy these zip tie installations really are. Like I said, you saw the hard one first. And then all I'm going to do, literally put down that right down there, and I'm gonna zip tie it in place. So, but before I do that, I'm going to throw a little bit of foam tack. Let me see if my foam tack's not all dried up. No, I guess it's not. And what I'm going to do is just a little foam tack right around the center of this thing, just to tack it down a little bit. You don't need to, but it's a good idea because it gives it a little bit more tackiness to it. Keeps it from maybe sliding around. But the key feature to this thing, the key features to this to this type of mounting is actually these little curves right here, this curve right here, and then this curve right here. That helps the thing center. Okay, when you lock the zip ties down, it actually grabs it, slides down that, and then it actually squeezes and centers this where it's supposed to be. So let me get a little more of this foam tack out. It's a little stubborn because haven't used it in a little while, so it's kind of hard to come out of that hole. You don't need a whole lot, just a little bit, because it's not really a porous surface. I should have had a pin for that. Here, let's go. I'm going to run this right along here. Let's go here. Let's see, let's get that out a little more. Yeah, I need a pin for that. It's not coming through that little hole easy. But again, we don't need a whole lot, just a tiny bit. You don't need much. So that's really about it. I'm going to tack that down now. And just put this right where we want it to go. Bloop. Just get the glue going on it. Again, you don't really need a lot. You don't even need it really. You can just kind of stick it on there without that at all. So let me pop this. Let me slide this one through first. That's what I'm going to do. Let's get this one. See, it's tacking up now a little bit. I got some on there. I'm just going to take this, throw it right in here. See if I can get that to go in the hole. There we go. Excellent. All right. Perfect. That's going to go through. I'm just going to zip this one first. Just get it sort of in a loop. There we go. And then I'm going to take this one. Just kind of put it right down in there. Slide it into place. I'll get this one mostly tight. That's good. Then this one I'll get on right there. Surgically. It's like putting a heart valve in. Almost. So, and that's really it. Nice thing about this, there's no exiting bifurcated duct like the darn Rafale had. That was kind of a pain when I did that originally. But this is in place nicely. And if you want, you can clip these off right here, or not, because if you want to leave them out, the air is just going to pass through them. That way it'll stay there for if you want to put a bigger motor, install it on a bigger motor later. But I'm just going to trim mine. So just pull it, make sure they're tight. You know, you don't have to break it or anything. But this is the self-centering feature again. when you look at this, those little ramps right there, those little curves there and the curve there, is the actual thing that actually centers this entire unit on there. So once you have all this down there, you can get yourself some, and I'm going to do it right now actually. Let me grab some flush cutters, if I have a pair of flush cutters, which I don't know if I've got a pair with me right here. But I'm going to usually cut those out. You know what, I'll just use the hobby knife. I'll just be careful doing it. Normally flush cutters are pretty much the best way to go. You just have to be careful doing this. So I'm just going to go outside, away from my hand. Always go away from your hand. Let's go that way. And that'll cut that off. There you go. Get rid of this. You don't want this going into your fan. Same thing with this one. I'm going to cut away and just keep it away from, in fact, I'm going to rotate this around a little bit. This is on there nice and tight. I already locked that down. I'm just rotating this locking thing around. I should have kept it going straight back, but I didn't initially. So, and there we go. And then I'll take this, and again, away from my hand. I'm just going to wiggle this and make sure it's on there. Yeah, it's on there nice and tight. That's not even going to move. But the zip tie method for installing this thing is awesome. You really can't beat that. It's just as simple as it gets. And again, you don't even need the glue, but you can see how nice that is. That's it. Zip tied in place. It's ready to go. Then you can just run your wires kind of along here. And in fact, that's where probably a little bit of tape would come into play. So I'll actually grab a little bit of my, I actually have everything where I need it this time around. Just grab a little bit of blender in here. Just going to cut that. Zoop. There we go. And then I'm going to run this around these wires, just like this. So that is secure. You don't have to worry too much about this because any tape you get here, if it blows off, it would go backwards. So I'm just going to run this along. Actually, I'm probably just going to leave that one there, but give yourself a little slack on the wire here so it's not pulling or tugging, and you're good to go. This can all go pretty much right back in. First thing I'm going to do, though, before I do any of that stuff, is I'm going to run the wire. So the beauty about this installation, too, is that you can actually take this thing and unplug it. Okay, this is meant to be unplugged. You pop that out, okay, and pop it back in, and that's pretty much as easy of a thing as it is. I think this is, do you lift that up? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Oh, you push down on it. This actually has a nice, here, check this out. It actually has a really nice kind of lever that you, a locking lever that you can kind of pull on. Pop that back in place, and that's it. So I'm going to pull this off to run this through. So this will go in there nice. Let me check out the messages, guys. I've been off the chat here just a bit. Let's see what's going on. So let's see what we got. About 30 guys here. That's still good. Let's see. 155 miles an hour. Okay, let's get this in there. So I'm going to take my Go Get 'em wire. Compliments of Motion RC. They usually have a pretty nice Go Get 'em wire. This is the one I kept from my, I don't know, F14 or something like that. But what you do is you just push it through one end, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to flip this around. Let that hang a little bit. I'm going to go through here. I just want to see this thing lit up in here really well. So this is just going to go right in the front here. Okay, it's going to go through here. It's going to go all the way to the back, and I can see it come through here. And that's really it. I'm going to flip it back around. This might be one of the easiest installs on this that I think I've done. It's really not hard to do it on this airplane. Let me put this back down here. I'm going to take my wire right here. And again, I taped it every interval, okay, because there's 4 wires, so you can see all that mess that it can get to be. But if you just tape it every once in a while, it'll all kind of stay together as one. So here's my Go Get 'em. I'm just going to reach down in here, grab it. I'm just going to latch this, loop it right around. This has a nice design. In fact, I'll zoom in on it. It's nice that you got the loop on the end of this one. I'll try to get in on this so y'all can see that a little better. There we go. I feel like a dentist doing this with the darn camera and mirror here. Let's get this, I'm just going to loop this around. Okay, I'm just going to pull that there so it's ready to go through. Here, I'll back off. And then I'm going to reach with my hand through the front. And I'm going to pull it through. So as I pull through, this whole thing should go nicely in there. I'm going to watch it as it goes through. And I should have it come through the front of this. And there you go. It's coming through the front there. So very carefully, I'll just pull it, make sure this wire unwinds itself. There we go. We're good to go. Now I can start feeding the ESC back in place. I'm going to peel away, move this plastic just a little bit. Let's see. And then I'm going to grab those. Yeah, I'll grab the ESC. There we go. Start pulling that. I need to flip this around because it needs to go. It doesn't really matter, but probably better off having the heat. Yeah, there's a heat sink on that side. I'm just going to put it the way that it was. So I'm pulling on not only the power wire, but I'm also pulling on this side. I'm pulling on the afterburner wire. That's it. So pulling on both of those, and then the one thing I forgot to do is I didn't clip these. Hang on a sec. I want to clip these off. Let me grab. Do I have a flush cutter handy? I really don't want to do that with. Let me do this. Here, stand by a second, guys. I'm going to go grab my toolbox, which is kind of right over there, and let me grab flush cutters. Let me get over these boxes I just threw down here. Let me grab the flush cutters, and I'll be right back. Where did I put that? Let's see, that should be in my toolbox. Going down the stairs, you guys might lose me. Here we go. Grab the whole thing. Coming back up the stairs. I knew I forgot something. Let's see. You guys still got good audio? I'm back in the room now. I just left my tools at the base of the stairs here. So let me make sure you guys got good audio still. And then I'm going to grab a pair of flush cutters. If you guys don't know what flush cutters are, okay, this is what they are. Basically, they're a pair of pliers for electrical stuff, and they cut everything very flush. Okay, so you don't have to have them. You could use something else, a pair of cutting pliers or something. But however you want to do it, you can do it. So I like to use these for this kind of thing. I'm going to cut them a little larger than I think they should be. There we go. Make sure that flies out and doesn't go into the airplane, because you definitely don't want your fan sucking that up. So snap that off. There you go. This is made out of a resin, and it's pretty tough, but it cuts easy. So there we go. That's it. There's your final form of that thing. Let me stick this down into place. Again, through the front. I'm going to pull on those. And let's see. Let's yank on all that. There we go. And it's back. It's in place. Let me back up my zoom a little bit. So I just pulled through the front of the airplane. Right through here. Just yanked on those wires. And then now we can set this thing nicely in place. Again, you just want to leave some slack on those wires so they're not tugging too hard or anything, and that's it. We could stick these two wires back in, or these two screws back in. Get this going for our fan. Get a little zoom in on that. There we go. And that is it, baby. We are in place. Now, I do need to glue this back in, okay? Don't want to forget that. I'll do this probably a little later on. I'll pull the wing off. And maybe I'll just do it now. I couldn't imagine forgetting that, having that suck right into the fan. That would be bad. So, yeah, let's get this in there. There we go. Got that in. Got that baby in there. Tighten that down. And that is it. We got our fan and we got our afterburner in place. So let's see how that looks to everybody. We'll see if we can get right in on that. I'll just move this down. You get to be a master of doing things kind of through the camera here, but there you go. There's your burner way, way, way in there. So attached to the motor pretty nicely, and it's ready to be lit. So in fact, speaking of lit, I could probably do a quick light of it. You guys want to see it? Yeah, let's light it real fast, and then we'll light it up towards the end too. So here, let me put this down. Y'all can see that pretty good, I think. Got an angle towards the camera. We'll get this, here, we'll just throw this in place because everything's where it needs to be, I think. So, let's get that here. Yeah, let's go with, oh, and I got to reconnect this. So you take this. Once this is done, through the front end, you're right here. You just plug this back in. I don't remember which side it was on, but I don't think it matters because this is actually set up. If you notice the way this is, it's got one top, one bottom. This is the same controller. I believe, I'm pretty sure, for the twin. So it just runs both. So if you have a single or second, whatever, you can run it like that. So it's the same module, same circuit board that you're using for both. So let's plug that in. And I'm going to plug this in right here. And let's see, let's light the candle here. Let's go right to here. Hopefully you don't see any smoke. Let's go with that, see if it lights. There we go. And that is our lit burner there. So we can light that up. It goes to purple. Yeah, you got to like that. That's going to look cool in the air, folks. That's going to be really, really nice. So, and again, change modes with the push of a button. So I'll just go right to here. I'll press the button one time, and this will go to our more faded into purple mode. Again, I don't know the exact terms for these things, but that's what it goes into. And then you click it again, and you go to solid blue. Here, hang on a second. Push that again. There we go. Now it's in solid blue, pulsing. And then it gets brighter, it's blue, very cool. And then we just go back to traditional orange. Just click it again. So again, 4 modes. You can really change that around a lot. It's very nice. It's very cool. One of the nicest, easiest to install systems out there. Least expensive also too for what you get, for the amount of programmability that you get with this thing. So here, let's unplug this. I'll stick this all up front, and that's it. We'll continue with the tail. Like I said, I just wanted to stop and do that because I knew once I put the tail on, I was going to have to take the tail off to get that on there, or not really, but it would have been. It's easier to have the access to the whole thing, just the way that I had this thing going on there. So let's see. You got any questions? 30 guys here, still good. Let's see. Arthur RC's in the house. Good to see Arthur. And who else we got? GGRC have their version 1 burner, my Freewin F16. Yeah, hey, do you like it? Let me know what your comment is. Here you fine, looks good. Rich, what tester are you using? Oh, okay, here. This is one of those Turnigy's here. Show you right here. This is just a Turnigy servo tester, I think. Here, let me see. I don't know if you can read. No, it's not. It's all gone. I'm pretty sure it's a Turnigy. It's an old one. I've had it for a long time. I just use it for testing stuff out like this and running burners and things. So yeah, it's good. So here, let me go back to the top view. We'll get back to, let's get our elevator back on. See, that was an easy burner install, wasn't it? That was pretty simple. So here, let's take this. We got these all tightened. All our wires are through here nicely. So we've got our connectors here that are, in fact, let me turn this way. Yeah, that's better. I'm just going to connect our elevators on here. Pretty simple stuff. We already tightened those linkages. I'm going to pop those in place. These are the nicest connectors because they lock. They have a nice little click to them when you get them in. The side locking tabs are super, super nice. And I'm just going to put those right back down on there. Let's get that one connected. There we go, that's it. We're all connected and in place here. So what I'll do is I'm going to pull the wires through the front end here if I can find the elevators. Yeah, here we go. Elevators on a Y harness. So I'm just going to pull those. You guys can see. Just grabbing the elevators. It says elevator right here. Just pull those through. Get the slack out. If you have to take the tags off, you can. You don't really need to leave those because there's a lot of labels and stuff. But it'll all go through. There's plenty of space for all this stuff. So I'm just going to pull this through. Let's see here. There we go. That all goes in there nice. Actually, I pulled it too far. So, and all we're going to do is just put this on. See, this sits right on this table nicely. No glue or anything. So you just push that right in place. Just check that it fits right along here, and it's a glove-tight fit. So, man, I love the way this looks. It just looks, like I said, it looks like something out of a sci-fi film. Just the way that this is set up. I used to watch that show called Star Blazers years ago, cartoon, and it was cool. Let me take a look real quick at the instructions. The instructions, yeah, they talk about putting these on. Again, I don't know if you're going to have to do this on yours. I think these come already installed. So middle hole there, unless you want to get real aggressive with flying, but the middle hole does work best for most normal flying around. Makes the plane controllable. Otherwise, you got to use a lot of expo and a stabilizer and all that kind of stuff. So let me just look at something real quick. I just want to see I think the screw size is, sometimes I'll even look at the instructions. Okay, these are 16s. Those are 16s. Those are 16s for the wing. They actually have you put the wing on first so you guys can see the manual there. So everything looks like it's the same. So I probably could just grab these out of here, put these on. Again, there's your rods. I think all the rods are the same length on this plane too, so it's kind of, I think it's kind of idiot proof. And then we got, here's the screws, screw bag right there. Pop those off. Again, throw that into my Ernst manufacturing tray down here below, because I use that for pretty much keep everything organized. Just dump that in there. And here, let's put 2 screws here. One here, one here. I will start the tightening, and you'll see how fast this actually goes together. So start spinning those. Start spinning that one down. Nice doublers. What I mean by that is the plastic doubler fin right here. It's super nice. It's a nice large pad of plastic that keeps you from compressing the foam. That was one of the things in the early days of foam airplanes that manufacturers had to figure out, that you had to widen the surface area to distribute the load on the foam, otherwise you would compress it, especially with the landing gear mounts. This is a nice big plastic one too. Spar running all the way through this thing too, so that's a nice bright color, nice contrasted tail. Dark color, super bright orange, real nice. And then if you wanted to, and here's what I'll do, I'll grab one of these rods, and I'm pretty sure they're all the same length here. Let me zoom a little bit here. Pretty sure they're all the same length. I don't think there's really any difference in these. Let me see. Let me just drop them in my hand here. Yeah, I think they're the same length. I think they did that to avoid confusion, so it's just easier to put them all on there. So I'll just assume they're all the same. Check the threads on them too. Sometimes you have threads that are not so deep on these, like they mismold the, they'll misturn the metal here, and then your ball link doesn't turn on there well. So just something to think about. In fact, I'll put this one on here. Let me just do this. I'm going to go through the center hole. You can see what I'm doing here. Just put that in the center hole, and then pushing it this way. Okay, and then actually, you know what? The rudder, I'm going to go full on the rudder. I like to have a lot of rudder control so you can knife edge and stuff like that. So I'm going to go full out on the rudder. Let's do that. And then I'll turn this link a bit, and I'll snap this on. You know what? I'll go this way with it for now. I'll just pop that in place. If you guys don't have ball link pliers, get them. This is what you got right here, ball link pliers. So that saves your ball links getting them on and off. There we go. So that's in place. FMS makes really great ball links. I know I've heard otherwise, people say, but they're plastic, they're very lightweight, and they're tough. They're pretty play-free. Occasionally you get one that's got a little play in it. In fact, it looks like that actually that screw doesn't look like it's tight enough. That's another thing to check for. Make sure your screw's in there tight enough, or it goes in far enough. Yeah, it didn't look like it was. Yeah, okay. All right, now it's tight. Okay, the actual ball was moving around a little bit. So yeah, if you got to, tighten that thing up. Make sure all your screws are tight. Don't just trust that the factory did everything perfectly, you know, because sometimes they don't tighten something, you know. But yeah, so now it's nice and tight. There's no play in there at all. So, and that's what we got. So let me back up here a little bit. I'm going to go right into, since I don't want to take this apart anymore, since we got the burner in there, and we got all these links and stuff in there. Here, let me zoom. I'm gonna tighten this connection, this electrical contact as well too. You guys can check that out here. I'll get, just like we did with the others. This is easier for me to do without any kind of glasses because my eyes are very sharp at close-up detail. So when I have contacts in like I have right now, and I'm wearing like reading glasses, my vision could be sharper closer up if I took them off, but it's too much of a pain to do all that. So I'm just going to tighten this thing as best as I can. Where is that tab right there? I am not seeing. Oh, there it is. Push right down on that. There we go. Push that back in. You can pull these all the way out if you have to. And honestly, you don't have to do this. If you put your connector on and it feels nice and tight, you know, don't worry about it. It's probably tight enough. So put that down in place. There we go. Just tighten those up a bit. We'll back out on the zoom here. Man, I love this paint job. I don't know, this almost looks like gills on a shark or something. It's cool looking. Definitely a neat color combo. But it's kind of nice how the rudder, the vertical stabilizer, and the horizontal stabilizer kind of integrate together a little bit. The way that the fit is with the plastic fittings and all that. So let me zoom in Just a little more here. Slide this a little forward. There we go. And then I'm going to grab up front. Here, let me actually go back out. I'm going to reach for the rudder, wherever that is. Here it is. Here's one of them. One of them's hooked up to the nose gear steering. So, and then one goes back, and you can see which one it is. That's where you can grab and pull on this. Pull, and then it'll pull this through. So you want to kind of do it, work it sort of together like that. Just get it to pull through. In fact, that's not even, there you go. You got to get a little finger to get it to go down there. And then slide that in. That's it. This is a beautiful fit. This is a fantastic fit and finish. It's very robust, the way it all sits in. It's very well engineered, definitely. You see how nice that is right there? How that all fits in well. Just make sure you're not pinching any wires, which we shouldn't be. Get the front of that probably in first. This is a big plastic piece, this whole section here, where the screw goes in. And then you just press this down into place right here. So, and that should go in pretty nice. Let's see, yeah, it locks right in. So, and then once it's in place, we get our screws in. So, I'll lead off with probably the front screw and the side screw. Yeah. This Ernst stand is not the best for this particular model just because of the humps on the intakes up front. It doesn't really want to stay there. So, but here, let me get this one on. We'll tighten this one up first. Get that one on there. But you can see just 5 screws for your tail. Again, don't over tighten. Let's see, we'll get this one on here. Nice fit and finish, very nice fit and finish. Get this one on here. Get that one to go down. Yeah, that pulls it right in. I'll rotate a little bit so you guys can see the other side. Took one screw too many. There we go, we'll get this going. So that's it. Get that in place. Tighten that up. Yeah, don't overdo it, but it'll go in down nice and tight, yeah. Yeah, these are good. Let's see, these might actually bottom out. I'm not sure. Some of these bottom out plastic to plastic, and some don't. No, I don't know that that does. But anyway, it's on there nice and tight. Don't let it compress too much. If you see it compressing, just stop. This one I didn't get too tight. Let's get this one too. And you can feel, you can actually look and feel right on this edge as these come together, whether it's tight enough. So, but again, you don't have to over tighten these things. It's going to be pretty on there, pretty solid. If you need any kind of a thread lock, I would personally use just a little foam tack on the threads. That'll do the job. Yeah, that's going in there nice. And that's it, folks. That's your tail assembly. You can see 2 screws here, 2 screws here, and then 1 right here, and you're good. This whole thing's in place. Let me grab my wrench that I just dropped. Get that center tightened up a little more. Yeah, beautiful fit and finish. You gotta love the tail design on this thing, folks, is pretty awesome. And that's it. That's how it goes together. Again, 5 screws for your tail. A little extra time if you want to put your afterburner in, you know. So, and that's it. So I got to put the hatch back on. Let me do that real fast. My hatch cover goes. Let me get that in place here. Yeah, those hatch screws are actually fairly long. I probably should have done that the other way, but here, let's go back to our top view. There we go. I'll just throw my hatch cover back on. Yeah, we got a nice, that's a very easy install on those burners. Easiest around. You really don't have to glue them. Again, I use some foam tack, but you don't have to do all that. Here, let's get that one down in there. There we go. That's nice and tight. Again, be careful not to ding your corners. I did that a little bit there, a little bit there. I'd say pull the whole thing out and put it there. And then I'm going to real quick, I am going to foam tack that inside louver back on, so I don't forget and suck it into my fan during my flight demonstrations. Let's see, let me pull this out of the way. And this is what we're talking about here. I had to pull this out to get it to stay. So you know what I'm going to do, just because it's almost coming out all the way anyway. Here's what I'm going to do. I trust my foam tack a little better than I do the rest of this, and that's it. Just pull that out. It's just glued around. Again, if it's secured in place and you're not putting an afterburner in, don't do any of this. Just do your, just go with it. But check it, make sure it's not loose. You can see they put glue on this, and they glued it, and it maybe didn't quite tack down as good as it should. I'm just going to remove some of the higher spots. Let's see, get that out of there. There we go. And then let's see if I can get that centered for everybody a little bit better. There we go. And then I'm just going to glue it right back on, right where it was. So, and to do that, I'm going to need to prick this thing with something because the glue's not coming out of here as well as I'd really like it to. Let me try and find something longer. Something down here. Here we go. I'm going to take an Allen wrench here. Just going to push that. That's like a 1.5 millimeter. It's probably a little big, but that's all I got right here with me. Yeah, just push that down in there. Just turn it. See if I can get some flow going through there. And there we go. So you don't need to glue it across here because there's nothing to secure it on right down there. So, but you do want to make sure this thing is down. So again, foam tack is the stuff, man. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in through here, and I'm going to make sure it's well glued at the end there. I don't know if y'all can see that. Kind of zoom a little bit for everybody. There we go. I'm going to slide this a little farther that way. I'm going to make sure I got enough right there on that end. And then I'll run down here. Try not to put my big head in the way. Yeah, this plane came in about a day or two ago, and I would have liked to have gotten it out here and got it ready and flown it for you guys, but I had to work and stuff, so I figured I'd get it done for you guys as soon as I possibly could here, and at least do an unbox, because I'm probably the one that does the more thorough unboxing of most guys out there, so I think that's what people come here really to see, is the assembly and kind of detail and that kind of thing. So once that's in place, let me check the chat log. All right, we got about 40 guys here, so appreciate you guys coming. Again, I'm going to pull this away, pull it away, put it back on, pull it away, and you get these strings, get these stringiness. That's how foam tack works. You kind of thin it out, and then it kind of tacks up. And I'm going to put a little more along here because you definitely don't want this going into your fan. That's a bad day. So a lot of times it doesn't pry all the way off and go all the way up in there, but and I'll probably check this later. In fact, if I wasn't doing a full assembly of this right now, I probably would just leave this open, okay? Leave this whole thing open and keep checking and make sure it's totally dry before I reassemble this. So, but for the sake of this video and just getting it built, I will put it back in. I'll remove the wing at a later time before I go fly it and make sure that this really is tacked down, because you do not want that thing coming off. Get that down in there. Let's see. Got this here. There we go. So what I'm going to do is, now that I got it on, I'm going to pull it off once or twice. Put it back on. Once or twice here like that, and pull it off. Okay, let those kind of stringies form. You can see some of that stuff there. It's hard to kind of see it in the camera, I guess, but you can see all that strings that form. I'm going to kind of go through, actually kind of shouldn't have done that. I kind of got it going perpendicular to these gaps here. So let me let this tack up a bit. Just kind of let it wave in the air a bit. And that's probably about all we need. Let me put my fingers in the middle, get all the excess out of there. Let's see, I got a little too much on there. So again, you don't normally have to go through all this, but just because I put that, it's all tacky now. Just because I put that afterburner in there, I want to make sure it was, you know, and I peeled it away, I want to make sure it was glued back in. Like I said, I always trust foam tack more than I do any other glue from any other manufacturer, really. Like I said, I will pull this off later. Normally, I'll leave this dry, let it make sure it gets totally dry, and then check it before I throw the wing on or whatever. But the wing does come off relatively easy enough, so that it's easy enough to take on and off, actually. But yeah, there we go. So that's good for me. Like I said, I'll open this up a little later. Sorry I keep sticking my head in the way because I'm looking down in there. But I'll take the wing off later and check this and make sure it's really down there. But that'll keep your speed controller in there, and we should be good to go. You also want to be careful when you're doing this not to ding up your rudder, because I got this up against the table. It's hitting the surface of the table. It's okay because I got a rubbery surface. It's not going to harm it, but just be cautious of that. That's all, that you're not dinging your vertical. So, and let's see, that's it. It's starting to look slick here, folks. Very nice. That's cool. So here, let's do this. Let's pop the wing on. You guys can see the top view here. I'll zoom out a little bit. Very simple. You got 6 screws, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here, and that's it. So our wing is just going to go right on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down for a second. I'm going to take my flush cutters that have eluded me. Hang on, sorry about that. Very carefully, I'm going to cut the wire bundle here, the zip tie holding those on, being careful not to cut any wires. And we'll pull all this out. Now, I probably will go through this whole bundle later and make sure all the connections are good, but for now, I'm just going to stick them all on there. So you got landing gear right here. Okay, this is a triple Y. Okay, it's got your main gear, and then it's got a plug-in for your nose. Okay, then you got right here you got flaps. That's just a regular Y harness. That's all attached. Okay, and then you got your ailerons. Like I said, the only thing I'd like to see with this plane might have been some lights or something. That would have been cool. But again, that raises the price of everything. So, but you can see your saddle here, what your wing saddle looks like. It's a really nice saddle the way this fits on here. Got plastic doublers all the way around. Again, 6 screws to get this on. So what we're going to do is we're going to feed these through this hole right here, this one. So little by little, you could probably use a go-get-em wire on this. Actually, you know what? You can see right through the top, can't you? So what I'm going to do is just feed those in there. Okay, just slide them, just push them all the way in there. And like I said, I will check these connections later because I don't want to have a failed connection. There's a lot of connections here. So especially if they're not fitting tight or something. So I'll get that going down there. I'll go to my regular view here so y'all can see what I'm doing. I'll zoom in a little bit on that. You guys can see I'll raise a little bit. Let me go backwards a bit. You can see those wires right here going through. So we'll push that down in there. Get those in place. And then you can reach through the underside here and easily, or through the top of the plane. Let me zoom out a little bit. Through the top of the plane here, I can reach underneath and grab those wires and sort of pull them through so they don't pinch or anything. So I'm actually going to lay this down into that saddle right now. Let me pull one through. That's one. Let's see, that's one, that's two. Let me see, let me reach in there, trying to find the proper one here. One of these is coming. One I'm not seeing. Oh, here it is. This is it. Nope, that's not it. Let's see. I know they're all there. All right, let's get that through the hole. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit this down for just a second. I'm going to saddle this down. Just kind of not keep it perfectly on there. I'm going to flip it. Okay, kind of holding the two together. All right, let's see. And then as I look through this side, right, I'll be able to see down in there which wires are kind of binding. So it looks like it's the flap wires. Let's see, the gear wires. I'm looking down in there. One of those is coming through there. That's the gear. One of these is kind of sticking. This is the part, again, you don't want to bind up your wires. I'm going to look through this crack right here too and see if I can get that coming through. All right, and I think that's going to fit down in there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they came through nice. And what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to pry this up and look myself through the front of this and make sure that it didn't bind anything. Yeah, no, I think it came through pretty good. In fact, you can look through down into here, which is hard for you guys to see, but I'll try to zoom. Yeah, you can see the wires right in there. So I could even grab my phone real quick here. Yeah, the lighting's not great here to see some of this, so, but you can see right there as I throw the wires in there, the light, you can see the wires going through. You just want to make sure they're not pinching, okay, because they will get stuck on something. So, and then I can also see through this side as I sort of pull through that they're coming straight on through there. So, yeah, there we go. All right, pop that in place. I'll zoom out again. Okay, those all fit. The saddle's down there, nice. Yeah, what a nice setup this thing is. Very nice fit on everything. Everything fits good. So I may throw a reflex stabilizer in this for the heck of it, because most of the FMS stuff are coming with one nowadays. There's a latch. There we go. I'm going to stick all this in here. Put all the wires down in here for a second. Get this canopy on. Let me pop that down into place. There we go. That's locked in nice. Just make sure that comes forward. It's on there pretty good. And then we'll flip this over and we'll secure this thing. Let's get it here like this. Flip the airplane around. There we go. I'm going to put that down. I intentionally have the rudder down here, sitting off the edge of the table, so it's not hitting anything. And then I'll just grab all these screws and throw them in here. There we go. They're all the same length, 16 millimeters. Put all those in place. Pretty simple stuff. Nice jet. Nice fit. Nice finish. Kind of like it. Yeah, again, this is one of those planes that's super, super pleasurable to build because everything fits well. Everything goes together nicely. So let's get that down there. Get this one on. And then what I like to do when I'm securing this part, I'm going to just kind of tighten these just a little bit, not fully. But what I will do is you want to make sure you don't over tighten them, okay, so they don't crush down in there. But what I'll do is I'll look, put my hand under there, or I'll sight through to this edge right here. And I'll put my hand on there as I'm tightening the bottom side, and then I can feel with my fingers that it's coming close together, okay? So you can do both at the same time. You just want to make sure you have the right gap, the right seal without tightening them too much. So I'll take this hand, I'll put it underneath here, I'll put my fingers on that edge, and as I tighten it, I can feel that seam coming together, and I know when it's really seated down, and I can feel the tightness of the screw. Kind of do this by feel, because you're compressing some foam when you're doing this. See, and I can feel, I got my finger under the front of this, I'm feeling that edge, that gap, and what it should look like, so we're not over tightening it. And when you look back here, you can now see that that's a nice, very, very, very tight seam that I got going on there. You can kind of see it right there at the top of the screen. So, and I'll do the same for the other side. I'll put my hand right here. I'll put it underneath. I'll feel that seam. Again, do it by feel, and I can feel that seam coming together as I tighten this. Yeah, that's compressing nice. And then down here, you'll feel the two. Again, I got my finger right over here. I got it right on that seam as I tighten this, and I can feel that seam coming together. And that's good. Yeah, very nice. So, and then I'll get these center two. Again, make sure you got them tight enough, but don't over tighten. You don't need to. It's just foam plane. You don't want it coming off. I'm going to do some negative G's with this thing for sure, as I did with the other. And that's really about it, guys. That's pretty much the basic assembly of this thing. And then what I'll do is, I don't know exactly where the flaps are going on this thing, but for the ailerons, I'll definitely go into the middle hole. I can zoom on that, and y'all can see. You can set this up however you want, folks, but the middle hole seems to give you a good roll rate, decent, fast enough, but not over-controlling. So if you find it's over-controlling, or you want more control, go out. Want less control, go in. Just remember, when you go out, you make the controls more sensitive. You get more throw. You can go into some expo and all that kind of stuff with it. But you also lose resolution and you lose torque on the servo. So when you go in, you raise resolution, which is better control of the plane, and you raise the torque. You have your torqueier servo and a finer movement of the control. So a lot of people don't get that, but that's kind of how it works. This one I'm not sure, so I'm just going to put this in the middle. I'm not sure. This is the flap. I'm just going to put one in the middle for now. Actually, you know what? That might need to go on the outside. I don't remember. Actually, what's my old one do? Here, let's look at the old one. Oh, I didn't have flaps on that. That's right. Here's the old one. There's the aileron. You can see that was on the middle hole right there. But yeah, no flaps. See, they left this as initially as a flapless airplane, and then they had a kit for it, and then they put flaps in it later. So, but yeah, here, let's get, yeah, let me put this on the end because we might need the additional throw. Here, let me get this out of the way. Here, let's put this on the outer hole. So, yeah, we're probably going to need the movement and the travel and all that kind of stuff. But for now, I'm just popping these in place. Again, I don't know. I could have sworn that this plane is supposed to come with those already installed, but maybe not. But again, it's not a big deal to put, you know, what is it, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 rods on. It's not not a game changer. It's not the end of the world. So here, let's see. Let's get this straight here. Get this where we need to put this. Let's see. I'm going to angle this a little bit. There we go. I'll move this forward. There we go. And I'll stick these rods on. So let's go with that. Stick that on the outer once again. Just pop that in place. Pretty easy stuff. So you can pop it on with your fingers. I always use ball links because I don't want to tweak the plastic and damage it. Again, this one right in the middle hole. There it is. Line it up back there. Yeah. So we'll pop that in place. And we'll trim and tune this all later. While I'm at it, I'll go ahead and I'll do my elevators. They're sitting there. Elevators, another situation too, folks. For normal flying on this plane, I found, if I'm not mistaken, this plane flew fine, if I'm not mistaken, on the outer holes when I first flew the original VIPER. Okay, the outer hole right here. But it was sensitive, and I think for most it'll be sensitive. Again, you want to get into 3D flying, high alpha flight with this, which is not really a great high alpha plane. It'll do it just fine, but you got to use a lot of expo and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of expo and toning it down. But again, that makes you lose that fine control of the plane. Of course, I just put it on the I just put it on the wrong hole, didn't I? There we go. Let me pop that out. I'm going to go to the middle hole, not on the outer. And again, like I said, when I flew my VIPER the first time, everything was on the outer hole, if I'm not mistaken. And it flew okay. It flew fine. But I could tell it was a bit sensitive for my taste and probably for most people's. So here, let me pick this up. I'm going to back off. Man, I love the logos on this, man. It just, like I said, looks like something out of Battlestar Galactica or Star Blazers or some sci-fi type fighter plane type thing. It's cool looking. I just love the paint job on this. It's really, really neat. With the yellow trim, with the yellow accents, it's cool. So yeah, here's the last one. Again, I'll go in the middle hole. Didn't plan on doing all this, but what the heck, I'll just stick them all in there. And then I think you guys might have seen my video where I use a little CA in that hole, just a tad bit to tighten up any space between the metal and the nylon horn, just to keep everything nice and tight. You want super tight controls on your airplane. So that's it. We've got everything locked down. Let me back off on the zoom, go full down on the desk, and let me get to the front view. You guys can see this thing. It's pretty awesome. Here, let me back off here on the zoom. We're going to drop our flap there a little bit. There we go. Now that one's hanging down a bit, isn't it? Let me come out with it a little bit. Put that. Yeah, let me get that. Let me unscrew that one. It's a little tight in there. Just to get that all the way out. Yeah, there we go. I can't wait to fly this weekend. Flying these VIPERs, these little ones are cool. Again, guys, if you can take off and land, fly your airplane, your normal airplane, your prop plane around, you're good at flying, it's an excellent entry-level jet. It definitely is. So you may want to start with something like a Marlin with fixed gear or something like that, but you don't need to. This has a nice big wing, glides well, has nice wide landing gear. Now it's got aluminum struts. So that is it, guys. Let's get the landing gear down, and we'll take a look at this, and we'll compare it to the original. And here, let's see what we got. All right, 30 guys still here. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I usually do this on like a Saturday or a Sunday, guys, but I want to get this flying this weekend, so I did it now. So hopefully, if some people haven't seen this video, tell people go check it out on the rerun, and they can watch all the building of it and everything. So all I'm going to do here is find the landing gear. Let me see if I can get, let's go to the top view again. All I'm going to try to find here is the landing gear, the landing gear wire. So there's a gear wire here. That's for the nose. You can tell it's coming out of the floor. That's the nose gear wire. And then here's the gear triple harness right here, okay, for your main landing gear. And all I'm going to do is attach this. So I probably should tighten this one up, but I'll do it later. I'll mess with that another time, or tonight or tomorrow before I go out flying it. I'm going to check all these links out anyway. So now we've got a triple gear Y harness into our landing gear. So we should be able to activate the landing gear now and get the gear down. So let's try that out. Let's go to our sort of regular view here. There we go. And let's see how this works out. So my gear is, where did that go? There it is. So let's go. Let me flip it around. I'm going to put this right on there carefully. Okay, so we can all get a good view of that. And let's see how this works out first shot out. Let me take my battery and plug this in. Let's see, let's get a little zoom action on there. This is for the gold. Let me get a little pan action going here. Check the camera pan here. Nope, wrong way, wrong pan. There we go. Excellent. Look at that. So there's our gear. There we go. Excellent. All right, so let's get this. Where's that gear wire at? There it is. All right, I'm going to plug that right in. We'll take a look at this because this is one of the newest features of this plane. There it is. Looks like it initialized. There we go. Like clockwork. Check that out. Very nice compression gear. Ooh, that's not. Ooh, they put a big tire on the front. They didn't put a little oh no, the other one had a big tire too. Oh well, that looks like almost like that's bigger. So that big, this is going to be good on, this will be a good grass jet, I think. We may get out to the new field and fly out there with this. But wow, holy mackerel. Yeah, that's very, very nice. So check that out. Here, we'll cycle it again. You guys can check that out. There we go. Goes in and out nicely. Yeah, that's perfect. Here, let me give you all a little closer view of that. You guys can see how nice. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go back to this view. Let's do this. I'll get right in on this gear first. You guys can see how that looks. Let's get right on in on that. That is how she looks. Look at that. Nice compression, aluminum. Very nice, yeah. Very, very cool. And then you can see from the other side, actually, this one here. Let me angle this up a little bit. Here, no, go down a little bit. This has a giant screw. I just sort of noticed that that thing's got a big old sort of screw on it. See this? I've got to go back. I've got to go forward with it. It's got like a big screw, like right here, big Phillips head. But all of these E-rings here, you're going to want to put a little foam tack on those. But the compression on those is nice. It's got good compression, nice and smooth. That'll absorb some good shock with an all aluminum strut. Very, very nice. So real cool. And then our nose gear. Take a closer look at that. Get that up front for everybody to see. Yeah, very nice. See the compression on that? That's got a lot of compression. That's going to be great on grass, and it's almost trailing link style, you know, the way it's designed. So that's going to be excellent on grass. So here, let's go. That's going to be fantastic. So yeah, I like it. I like it. Again, I never had any problems, folks. Here, look at this thing. Kind of nice that steering linkage and everything is. Let me get in on that. I never had any problems with my wire gear. My wire gear was great. And if you ever bent it, you could just bend it back. But here, let me get around to this side. See it from the top view there, or side view. Yeah, very nice strut. But again, it's not too. This is going to take a lot of abuse from really not just a straight down impact, but also, you know, the fact that this thing's rolling along the grass. It takes impacts from the front, okay, from the front and from underneath. So it'll do both. These are more straight down, the main gear. Those are more straight down impacts, but this nose is going to handle. See how I'm pushing it straight back? So excellent. The only thing you got to worry about is when you're zooming down the runway on grass, that the nose doesn't compress and the nose goes down and you lose a little deck angle, and then it's harder to rotate. But as long as you use flaps or takeoffs, you won't have any problem with this. In fact, I think these planes, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're pretty light in the tail when they're sitting down, even with a battery pack in them. So yeah, they're fairly light in the tail. Use a little flaps on takeoff, 10 to 15 degrees of flaps down. It'll lift right off without any problem. So yeah, this is awesome. I like it. Give me your comments, guys. Tell me what you think. Here, let me pop all this stuff back in here. In fact, I'm going to run. Let me do this. Let's light the burner again. I want to see that darn burner light up again. That's one of the coolest things from RC Model, you know, is their new burners. Yeah, they're very nice. Yeah, I think they're one of the best around. Easiest to deal with. What did I put? Oh, here it is. Let's do this. Let's plug this in. Let's go with this. Is it here? Let's go. All right, this is going to go onto here. I've got a battery here. Let me throw this on. Yeah, I'm going to kill the lights too for this, I think. We'll check it out without the lights on. Here, let me plug this in. Plug it, let that burner light up. Should come on. Yeah. See, I like this burner above a lot of the others. It's just, it has that nice little hum, that little glow, that little flicker. So I'm gonna go kill the lights, and then it'll be more like dusk in here. Here, let's see. Let me get in on that. Oh, what do I do with my remote? My remote is gone. All right, where did it go? What the hell did I do with my remote? I got a backup right here, fortunately. Let's see, is that gonna work? Yes, it does. I actually bought some extra remotes for this thing. Here, let me kill the lights so you guys can see this in a little bit better, a little dusker, a little lighter. Let's see, let's kill that, kill that. There we go. Yeah, you guys can see that light coming on there. And let's light that up. We'll turn that, dial it up just a little bit, and we'll see that come up brighter. Starts going to purple, flicker a little bit. Look at that. Holy smokes, that's awesome. KMRC, baby. I tell you, they make the nicest burner now, I think. And especially for the money. Here, let me click the button. I'm going to go into the next mode. And again, I don't know what they call this. This is the purple. This goes into purple smoother, I guess. It's sort of a smoother transition. And then you can just go full blue. Because what it's doing is it's mixing the blue light in the tail with the orange, and it's making purple is what it's doing. So there's your burner lit up. Let me go. That's just the blue. So that'll just stay blue. And as I increase it, it's just going to go full blue. So yeah, very, very neat. So you do want to have airflow over these guys a little bit, you know. So this is my test one. So if I burn it out, you know. But at idle, it doesn't get that hot. And if you bring it up, bring it back down real quick, you're not gonna really hurt anything. And then this is just a button, like I said, guys, on the remote on the PC board. So the last button is just normal burner mode. Okay, so it's just orange. So it'll get brighter, it'll get brighter, it'll get brighter and lighter, and you know it's really pretty darn bright. So and of course it pulses at idle. But if you take that very same button, once again, guys, press it and hold it for 3 seconds, and then release it. Okay, it will go out at idle. So I'll go back to the beginning mode once again, and the beginning mode is here. This thing is shining light all over me here. This is my automatic feature of the light on this camera that's lit up here. So all right, well that's okay. It's not going to kill anything. So you can see now we have it off, and then traditionally you get to 30%, 40%, 50% throttle, and your light comes on, and then it'll go into the flicker purple. And then it'll get bright again. So, and it'll go into that mode. So, and I'll click the button again. Let's go through the modes one more time. This is where it goes orange, and then it goes to just a full purple. It's very, very neat. Okay, and then I'll flick the button again. Burner comes off at idle again. So you really have 8 modes. So let me take that call real quick. Hello. I'm going to take that call, and then I'll press it one more time. And then we go on to full bright. Or, yeah, let's go on to orange. Let's see. All right, guys, I'm going to take a brief intermission. I got a call coming in. Let's see something. And that's it. All right, guys. Hang on one sec. Hang on a sec, guys. Let me check something. I got a call that I got to take real quick, guys, for work. Give me 1 second, and I'll be with y'all. Take an intermission. Let's see. Give me 1 sec, guys. There we go. All right, let me see something real quick, guys. I'm just going to check something out. I'm just checking my phone for something. It's got one of those work calls that comes in, you know. Give me 1 second. You guys are all here, 30 guys here? Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we'll have to have one, yeah. Let's see, open time. Let me take a look at something real quick. Again, guys, it's work calling me, so give me a second. Nothing I'm in trouble over. But let me look at something here. Yeah, there's no way to know. Yeah. Yep, no, can't do that. All right, guys, that was just a trip call from work real quick. So sometimes they call us to go fly at the weirdest time. So, but anyway, that is it, guys. Those are our 4 modes. Let me get back to, there we go. That's full, bright, and again. So you really have, 4 modes, but you also can make each mode where it comes on at idle, or it stays on at idle, or it's not on at idle. So, and that's really technically like 8 modes. Let me go back to having it on. I like it when it's just on at idle. I think that's like the best way to do that. So let's see. And that's it. That's our I think it's our entry mode. Here, let's go back. Let me click the mode one more time. Let me go back to here. Yeah, let me go back to the, when it gets to all orange, that's the last mode. I'm not sure which one that is. Let me click that again. There we go. That's all orange with a dim glow at idle. So yeah, really nice. So let me click that one more time, and that kicks us back to the beginning mode. So yeah, very, very cool burner, guys. KMRC version 3. Check it out. I'm going to go back to my lighting here. Let's see. Go back to this. And that is it. So let's see. Let me unplug this, and we will go from there. Let's see. All right, guys. That is it. Any questions, guys, about any of this stuff? I'm going to put this. I'm going to put a lightweight battery in the front here. I'm going to take something that's not too heavy, but heavy enough to hold. See how it sits on the tail there? When there's no weight in the nose, so you really need to have some weight in there. Let's see. Let's go down to here. Let me get this in here. Let's go down there. There we go. Let me get something in the nose. Let me grab just like a 4-cell pack or something. Let me see if I can find. I got one right over here. There we go. And that is it. This is a good-looking airplane. You guys can see it goes together real well. 6 wing screws, 5 tail screws, and you are done. So very, very nice. So let's get that down in place. And that is it, guys. That is it. Let me put this on the front. Let me put it this way. Yeah, that's slick. What do y'all think? Nice, huh? Let's see. I'll get to the notes here. Let me grab a little bit of my water here. And that is it, guys. Let me lower the table a little bit, get this down. And you guys can see a comparison of this thing compared to the original VIPER and the landing gear on it and stuff. So both great planes. Again, my original one still flies. I got it on my DX9. I'm going to stick this on the DX10. We'll get out and we'll fly it this week for everybody. So, but really slick airplanes, and really nice new paint job. That is really cool. They actually kind of complement each other, fairly similar in the colors. You know, blues, yellows, a little bit of gray here. You know, on this one, obviously a lot more gray, but yeah, nice, very, very nice. So let me put this one back. Let me see. Get that thing over there. And I think that's about it for this plane, guys. I think we're done with it. I think we kind of killed it, showed it off. You can see the compression on the gear is real nice. It's got plenty of suspension. I think we're going to take this out to the new field and fly it out there this weekend. I don't know if we need to go to the older one. Probably go to the new one and fly it out because it's a little bumpier out there. But I think this plane will handle it, and it'll give us a good test of, you know, what it's like on grass and the durability, you know, of it. So, but that is it, guys. Let me take a look at the notes here and stuff. Dad's RC hangar still here? Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I had to take that call real quick. Let's see. Yeah, it's nicer than the sprung wire, but the sprung wire was fine, guys. I never had any problem. It was good on grass. You know, if you ever bent it, you could bend it back. I never bent one of mine, but at least not that I know. I don't remember, but it was always fine. And it's actually lighter. You know, I think the aluminum gear is probably adds a little weight to it, but still very, very nice. So, yeah, I might just have to get one. Yeah, if you guys order one, if you can. Yeah, you prefer the new color. Yeah, it's cool. if you guys don't mind, if you use one, use my links below. We have discount codes for everybody to check out. And, you know, it supports the channel if you use our links. I really like the new paint job on it. It is cool. It is very cool. I wonder if they're going to have more 15th anniversary models. We'll have to see. But I think that nose detail's kind of neat. I don't know what that's supposed to be. But, and I really like that. I like the VIPER graphic. The VIPER graphic, you know what? The VIPER graphic does remind me of Battlestar Galactica. The Galactica or the Battlestar kind of, what is it? The font that they use. It's really nice. And I like the 15. The 15 on the tail is going to be very visible. Let's see, the underside. The underside's a little gray. I mean, that might be a little harder to see. I mean, you got those yellow fins in the back. But I might actually put some darker on the bottom, just like a stripe on one or two of the wings or something to see it a little better. But other than that, this is cool, guys. I definitely like the new paint job. Brand new. It is available now, guys. FMS Hobby, and also FairRC. So let me put the websites back up because I'm going to cruise through a couple of these for everybody to see. So, because I like to thank the sponsors all the time that help out with this stuff. And again, as you guys can see here, the green Futura is now available in the U.S. Okay, it's ready right now. Only at FairRC though. It's basically their mod airplane is what it is. So, and you can see it right there, Futura. The FairRC mods. They're always modding their cars and doing everything, and this is their kind of custom version of the plane. Only available at FairRC, so and that's part of FMS, so you know it's the same group. So all the specs are there and everything. And then once again, here's your VIPER, guys. It is available at right now at FMS Hobby. What is it? $2.99? Not bad, you know. So. I don't think it comes with reflex, though. I don't think it's, again, I never had a reflex in mine. I always flew it without it, so you don't really need a stabilizer for it, but, you know, it would help. I might throw one in. I may throw one of my reflexes in there and see. I think there's a program for it, if I'm not mistaken. And then let's see what else. FMS is having an Easter sale, so there's 10% off, guys, 5% off airplanes, 10% off airplane sale. So if you guys use my link below, and then apply a coupon to it. I got coupons in my link, so use what works, or in the description below. So use what works. And then I think this is the same. Yeah, here we go. This is the FairRC. You can get the VIPER there too. Again, it's all. I'm pretty sure it's in. Yeah, it's in stock. So yeah, nice airplane. Definitely a really nice paint job. So a nice landing gear. Holy smokes! Yeah, very cool. So again, we'll get this out as best, you know, as soon as we can for everybody. And I do have here, actually, if you guys are interested, I do have the old VIPER jet.
On the elevator, so let me see if I give you a slow pass down here. Again, no flats.
Too much noise. Here, let me go back. Here, you guys can see. Here, I'll turn this up a little bit. You guys can see. This is the original one, of course. Let me put play on there. This was my original video. I don't know if you guys can hear the... This is taken off with my wire gear, guys. This is this airplane right up here, you know. So you can see how well it flew from my grass, you know. A little bumpy, but it did the job. It's fast, it's smooth, it slows to a crawl. And I was flying around without any flaps at all. So you can see it came in a little hot there, but check it out, guys. You can see my video of that. We also did a complete, if I'm not mistaken, we did an unbox video of that. There's the 90mm VIPER that FMS also makes. But yeah, I did a full unbox of this. Yeah, where we showed that. That was some time ago, though. That was 5 years ago. So that plane's been around. Basically looks the same. We saw just new paint and better landing gear. A little bit more powerful motor. I think this one had an 1850 kV or something. Yeah, let me kill the audio on that. But yeah, check it out at FMS. They got sales going on. Got links below. You can save with the links below with the coupon codes. And also the RCinformer Amazon store, guys. I put a lot of stuff in there that I use. FMS wanted me to point this out as well. There is a link down there for the EasyRC I don't know why they asked me to do this, but the FMS, the Toyota truck, the FJ45, basically, all-wheel drive truck. This is one of their many trucks. So you guys can visit EasyRC store, okay? Check out the cars, trucks, planes that they may have there. So that link is below in the description. They asked me to sort of show that to everybody. I don't know if that was an error or not. Roaring Top has always been kind of sponsoring shows and events for us guys. So they've always done a really nice, they've always had the best batteries, I think. So anyway, China Hobby Line, they got sales going on too. I got links below for China Hobby Line. So again, any links you use really helps out. Horizon Hobby, of course, their front page actually, yeah, I think it's got their turbine. Yeah, they just put out that new turbo timber, that twin the twin timber, which looks really nice. It looks like a super nice plane. If you guys use my link down below for Horizon and go to that and you get one of those, again, that supports the channel also, all of those links. Turbines RC, our friends in Europe, they also support us as well. So Ernst Manufacturing, made in the USA airplane stands, guys. I like to mention these guys because they give me a lot of stuff for events to take to events. So they have the nice car stand, they have the mega stand, the regular stands, and they got tool organizers, and they got spare foam and tool trays and stuff, parts trays and stuff. So these guys are awesome. Again, Ernst Manufacturing, made in the USA. Best stuff around, as you know. I use that stuff everywhere, and they support all the events, guys. They give us a lot of free stuff to give out. So get something from them if you can. And then Bitco Hobby. I still got to get this biplane going. I've got one wing up there. I just been so busy at work to do the rigging on that. And then another thing to note here too, guys, Hobby Zone. Hobby Zone carries their Arrows line as well as now FMS. They still have an Easter sale going on through April 6th. So if you use my links below, you guys can support the channel, get a nice plane from. If you guys don't like buying from elsewhere, you guys like buying from Hobby Zone. They're a great outfit. It's a good place to get stuff from. Flying Tiger RC airplane racks that I always have all my stuff on, guys. I didn't show a lot of it today, but I'll zoom up there. You can see I rack up all my airplanes on that, and we're going to be using a lot more of those here soon. So all made in the USA, folks. So, check out Flying Tiger RC. And then also, I just want to run through these. Again, KMRC models, outstanding birders. Gooniac Firebooty, one of the originals of the burners out there. And Ray does a real nice job. He was on the channel here a little while ago. So, he's a good place to get really good burners from as well. So, and he's also got the stacks, which I have to put in a P51 and show you guys. And then 5280 RC makes nice burners as well. So, again, all sponsors of the channel, just like to point them out. Also Foam Tack, of course, and Beacon Adhesives. You guys can look across. Let me zoom down on this. Let me go down a little bit. If you guys look across the top of the screen, Ernst Manufacturing, Horizon, Spectrum, Zap Glue, Frank and Carol Tiano, Roaring Top LiPo, China Hobby Line. Buddy RC has been sort of sponsoring the channel too. They've given us some nice planes to show off to you guys and stuff. So check them out. I got our little burner consortium down in the corner there for the afterburner places that I work with and show off stuff. So, but I think that's it, guys. Does anybody have any other questions or anything before we sign off? It looks like everybody's kind of bailing out of the broadcast. Let's see. RC Sean Brady, fantastic afterburner, Rich. Yeah. What make is it? It's KMRC. So if you go to KMRC, I got links below for that too. But it's KMRC, KMRCmodel.com. Check it out. Here's the site for it for you. So yeah, they make a really nice burner. And then Dad's RC hanger, mock. Yeah, so green. Yeah, it's green. So, all right. It does, Chris, cost. I bought from Rich with the MiG. Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys using my links. Again, it supports the channel. So let's see what we got here. And I think that's it, guys. Again, sales are going on right now. There's still some to the end of, Sunday, I think. So, so check it out. And again, links below, coupon codes below for you guys to use. And most importantly, we've got the brand new VIPER jet coming from FMS. Okay, and that's all available now, guys, at both FMS Model and FerrarRC. So, you know, check those out. So, and in fact, I'm going to throw up real quick one more time. Yeah, there's your green Futura. Everybody's loving this green Futura. Everybody's digging that thing. So these are available now, guys. Again, Futura only at FairRC, and then you can get the VIPER at either FairRC or FMSHobby.com. So anyway, all right, guys, that's it. I think we're going to sign off and get rolling out of here. And I'm going to close the websites off. Check out FMS Hobby and FairRC for the new VIPER. We're going to get it out on Sunday and fly it, give you guys a couple flight demos on it and so forth. And I'm looking forward to flying it again. It's been a while since I've flown the other VIPER, so, but we'll get that going for everybody. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody coming by. It looks like we actually got more guys jumping on, but please, if you know somebody that hadn't seen this, I usually do this stuff on the weekend, you know, but I want to get it done now so I could get it flying on the weekend, you know, get it trimmed and tuned and all that stuff. So do me a favor, pass the video around, show people, let them know that this plane's now available because it's brand new. They just announced it a few hours ago, actually. So yeah, check it out. Very, very nice VIPER. In fact, I envision me and Gavin out at the field with this plane and that plane, and we're gonna be flying them together and doing all kinds of stuff with them, I can imagine. So, all right, Dad's RC, yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for being pretty active in there. We had quite a few guys here earlier today, so Joe, Valentine, yeah, lots of guys here. So, oh, Tom Fuller was here. I missed Tom. So I got immersed in what I was doing, and sometimes I'm not looking at the screen. So, oh, last announcement too. Anybody that won something that didn't get their prize from last live show, get a hold of me. Email's right down there. Okay, contact me, call me, send me a message through wherever, and say, hey, I didn't get my prize, because we gave away airplane covers, nice screwdrivers, backpacks, all that sort of stuff. So if you didn't get it, just let me know. So, all right, guys, that's it. 70mm VIPER, 15th anniversary edition from FMS, available now, just released today. So get it while it's hot. Down below in the description, I have links for all these everywhere. So check it out. And that is it, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Stay tuned for the next show. And as always, guys, we'll see you all next time.